So let's start with a small activity before we learn the new places. Today I'm writing some places. Can you start annotating, please, everybody? Guys, can you all see this?
Yes, sir.
I'll keep it here, okay? Yeah. Can you start annotating? Who's got a laptop? Anybody need any help? All right. Candy is here, okay? Here, this one. Can you see my cursor? Yeah. There's a bend no in Mahavaliri. Yeah, that's yeah. Use small arrows, please. Can we put a proper arrow to Candy?
Sir, on the iPad, the only arrow is this, sir. Only arrow available is this size.
Ah, okay. That's very small, no? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Polonnaruwa, can somebody correct that? Slightly incorrect, you know. I want it pinpointed because you already can locate Parakrama Samudra now, so it's easy. How to mark a city? Mark it with a dot, okay? Always mark it with a dot. Point the arrow to the rivers. Point the arrow to the tanks. They are already marked, but cities are not marked. So you have to mark them with a dot, okay? Like I have marked in red, that's Polonnaru, okay? Can you point it with an arrow? Again, Anuradhapura. Anuradhapura, you should mark it with a point, okay? It's here. Can somebody correct Gaul? Gaul looks a little bit off. Can somebody correct Gaul? Once you have located Ginganga, it's easy. Here, Ginganga is this. Okay. It's very near to Ginganga. Gaul is here. Like only like 3-4 kilometers from Ginganga. Devanagara. Devanagara. You know Devanagara, right? Actually, it's very near to Neelavala Tirtha, Nilvala Ganga. Devanagara is Devinuvara today. Dondra. Okay. Matara. Yeah, here. Little towards the south, okay? It's actually the point itself. Here, this one. Keep doing, keep doing. I want to see all. I want to see all the places. Where's Matota? Menuka? Can you try and mark Matota? Menuka, I know you can mark Matota. You were there in the beginning, no? No, no, no. Magama is in the south. Check the tute. Check the tute I have shared with you. Oh, go to the book.
The India Mahatit and down that Gana or something.
No, no, no. Don't worry about that. Magama. Magama is in the south, okay? Mark it to the dot. Yeah, Matota is correct. It's okay. Matota and Mahatita both are same, okay? Like Gokarnatit and Gokarna. Both are same. Mahatita is a little old. I mean ancient. Matota is also old. Mahatita, the word Titta means it's a very ancient name. Okay. Tarini, you can mark wherever you know, okay? Like, even if it's not mentioned in the list, you can mark, right? Because you joined end of the last month, no? So it's okay. Whatever the places you know, you just mark. Can we bring Magama here, this area? Here, it's here. Can you see where my cursor is? Yeah, it's here, somewhere here. Mark it with the dot, okay? Mark the cities with the dot. Otherwise, we don't know where you are pointing your arrow. Okay, last week, towards the end of the session, we learned 3 places, very important. Pahiyangala, Kuruvita and Kitulgala. Okay, can we mark those? I taught you how to locate Kalambu, Avisavella, Kitulgala, Kalutara, Pahiyangala, Obulatsingala. And once you are located those two, I taught you how to locate Kitulgala. Sorry, Kuruvita. Once you are located Kitulgala and Pahiyangala. Those 3 places are very important, okay? You can't forget those 3 places. You must be able to mark all those 3 places. Very important, right? All right, who were there at the end of the last session? Can you correct Pahiyangala if anybody can? Correct it. Pahiyangala is in Bulatsingala. It's very kind of close to Kalutara, not very close, but it's in Kalutara district. Okay. You know how to find Kalutara, right? Kalutara is Kalatit. Kalutara is where Kaluganga falls to the sea. So it's very easy to locate Pahiyangala if you know how to locate Kalutara. Kitulgala is okay. Can you erase Pahiyangala and Batadomalena? Kuruvita Batadomalena, okay? Yeah. Guys, now I have uploaded most of the videos on YouTube and I'll share the links in the group. Very soon the links will also be shared in via Google Drive, okay? So you guys have to go and watch all these from the beginning, right? Before you can attempt any exam. Okay, so make sure once we have completed all the map marking sessions, you watch all the videos related to map marking from the beginning, okay? Right, this is very important because it's 6 marks out of 100 and you can't take a chance there, right? And also 3 marks out of 100 for world map marking we'll be discussing on another day. Okay, Kitulgala, I'm okay with that. But I was not okay with Pahiyangala and Kuruvita Batadomalena. Yeah. Ryan, can you try and mark? Ryan, you're there? Ryan, you are the one who marked with red color, right? Sorry, blue color.
Yes, sir.
Red color is mine. Yeah, red color is my dots. Anybody can help, Ryan? Anybody wants to get involved? Devanagar, I'll go slightly to the south, okay? Yeah. Devanagar, I will mark it here in the point itself. Okay. That's Devanagar. What is this arrow? Okay, Avisavel. It's okay. Yeah, now you know, right? If you draw a line connecting, this is slightly off, but it's okay. Pahiyangala is somewhere here, but it's okay, totally okay, right? So if you draw a line connecting Kitulgala and Pahiyangala, yes, Kuruvita Batadomalena is here. Ratnapura is very close to it, okay? It's very kind of close somewhere here. Kuruvita, okay? That's Ratnapura for you. Okay. I need Koneshwaram and Tiruketishwaram, very important places, especially for Hindus, because there are 2 Hindu kovils there. For us also, it's very important because it's clearly mentioned in the syllabus when it comes to religion in Sri Lanka. I told you Koneshwaram is in the corner. Which corner? Which corner you think? Ryan, is it raining over there?
No, sir.
Okay. I got a few messages telling that heavy rain everywhere. I think many parts of the country, is going through a big rain now, right now.
It's about to rain, sir. Yes.
All right. Okay. Yeah, the Hivala heavy rain. I mean, Gotatua, yeah, kind of raining. Okay. Yeah, anybody? Koneshwaram and Tiruketishwaram, guys. Come on, let's do this. I want you guys to go back and watch the videos, okay? When it comes to the Hindu religion in Sri Lanka, 3 places are very important, okay? Like for the Buddhists, Kandy is important because there's Dalada Maligaon in Kandy.
So it's in
Anuradhapura is important, like there are
information.
stupas like, one second, there are stupas like Ruwanvali Sai, everything in Anuradhapura. Polonnaru also there are many temples, viharas, because of that for Buddhists, those places are very important, okay? Same like that, for Hindus, there are 3 very important places. Out of them, 2 are very old, and one is kind of very close to Colombo as well. Close in the sense, not very close, but yeah. Those 3 places are Koneshwaram, Tiruketishwaram, and Munneshwaram. Now, when you hear the word Varam, you should know that it's a Hindu temple, okay? Koneshwaram, Tiruketishwaram, and Munneshwaram. Koneshwaram is in the corner. Yes, Ryan, you are correct. It's exactly in Gokarna. Okay, it's okay to mark in the same place, right? Gokarna. But there won't be both. They won't ask you to mark both, right? If they asked, you can mark in the same place, no problem. Tiruketishwaram is actually in Matota. Yes, exactly. In Matota. Munneshwaram is in Chilla, very close to Chilla. Okay, Chilla. Once you have marked Chilla, once you located the Dhruva, it's easy to mark Chilla, or you locate the lagoon, you mark Chilla. Okay, it's easy. Can somebody mark Nigambu for me before we move on to the next part? Nigambu. Yeah. Nigambu, somebody? Yes, very good. Little here, okay? Where you marked is exactly like Katunayak. It's a little towards the north. It's okay anyway, right? It's fine. Good. Well done. Tiruketishwaram, okay. Koneshwaram, I got it. Munneshwaram. Munneshwaram is here, okay? Chilla. Can you see my torch? This one. Munneshwaram is here near Chilla, okay? All right. See, we have a lot of places to remember actually. Okay. Even the tanks. Okay. What tank is this? This one?
Kalava.
Kalava. Very good. This one? Near Polonnaru?
Parakam Samudra.
Parakama Samudra. Yeah. The one in the middle?
Mineria.
Mineria. Okay. Kalava. Can you see this? Everybody have to remember these 3 tanks are very important because we're going to mark Sigiriya now. Okay. We're going to mark Sigiriya. Now, can you take a screenshot, Puda, of this and share in the group? Devanagara, can you just, mark it little? Ryan, did you take it? Okay. Ryan is very good in taking screenshots. Yeah. Okay. All right. So This is very important. Kalaväva. This is Rajangane Väva. It's Kalaväva and Minneri Väva and Parakrama Samudra. Okay. Parakrama Samudra. Once you are located Parakrama Samudra, very easy to locate Polonnaruwa. Right? Okay. Let me take you to the Google map now. Sigiriya. This is Sigiriya. There are many places very close to Sigiriya, like Potana, Aligala, Pidurangala, all are in the same area. So you can mark in the same area, no problem. Okay. Why they are so important, we'll discuss next. Can you see Kalaväva here? Kalaväva? Yeah. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Can you see Minneri Väva? This is Minneri Väva. See, it's exactly like somewhere in the middle between those two. And Parakrama Samudra towards the south. Okay. Right. So this is Sigiriya for you. Not exactly in the middle, slightly towards the right. Okay. And a little towards the south, towards Parakrama Samudra. Okay. So let's mark it now in the map. Okay. See, I have located Kalaväva, I have located Minneri Väva, and I have located Parakrama Samudra. So it's somewhere here. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. If you think this is wrong, let me know. This is Sigiriya. I can't mark nicely. All right. What's happening with this? Yeah. So this is where there are three places, very important places: Aligala, Potana, and Pidurangala. The words Aligala and Potana is very, very important. Okay. Right. There's a reason for it. Prehistoric settlements. Okay. Pidurangala also very important. Right. Those are all, archaeologically and important places, religious wise as well. Okay, so that's how you basically mark Sigiriya. Very important. So before we move on, let me just share our tute with you, map tute. Okay, so this map is about prehistoric places. Okay, so there will definitely be one or two places for you to mark in the exam, right? In the O levels. Okay. So this is where we marked Sigiriya. Actually, all these areas, as you can see, Aligala, Pidurangala, Potana, everything is like very close to each other. So there's no problem you marking everything in one place. Okay, there's no problem there, right? Okay, right. Now, before we move on, I taught you Pahiyangala, Kitulgala, Belilena. Now, this is Maniyamgam is very close to Avissavel. Okay, this dot. Right, so like that you can mark Avissavel with this dot. Okay, so I taught you that if you draw a straight line connecting Pahiyangala and Kitulgala Belilena, once you have marked them, it's easy for you to locate Batadombalan. Right, it's slightly towards the south from both sides. Okay, from the line and also from Kitulgala Belilena. Okay, right. So these three places, Maniyamgam also, you just remember that's connected to Avissavel. If you can mark Avissavel, that's the same place. These three places, Kitulgala Belilena, Pahiyangala, Batadombalena, is very important. Remember them together, group them. Why? Because they are in the same zone. Now these zones are basically environmental zones. Okay. Climate zones, as we call them, right? Because throughout the year, or years and years, the climate remains the same. Okay. So this zone is called D here. Let's go to the key, and this is actually the wet zone, where you get rain almost throughout the year. Okay. Right. So that's basically the wet zone. So these are wet zone cave habitations in the prehistoric era. Okay, wet zone caves, basically. Okay. So in the book, you can go to page number 13 and page number 14. You see under number 2, they have grouped it. Go to page number 14 now in your book, everybody. They have grouped it like we discussed last week. So this is why we grouped them together last week. Okay, because they belong to the same climate zone. Okay. Wet zone is the as the name implies, from the name you can understand, wet means it's all rain. Okay. Colombo is a little hot these days because of, maybe a lot of vehicles and trees are being cut and everything. But generally, if you compare this region with other regions in the country, this region is the region which gets the biggest amount of rain in the year. Okay. That is why it's called the wet zone. Right. Okay. And let's go to A here now. Let's go to A. Can you see A here? Zone A.
Yes.
Right. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right. There's another A here as well. Can you see that? 2 A's. Yeah. Zone A. Zone A. Can you see? You all can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
So A. Now this is called the semi-arid zone. That means it's not dry. I mean, it's worse. Okay. Right. Dry zone, actually you get some rain. This you get lesser than that. Okay. Now you can see A is that. Okay. Hambantota, Tissa Maharame, Khataragama, all those places are actually here in the south. The rain is very limited there. And also this area like Vaunia, this area today, Manna, Puttalam, that area. Okay. So it's very dry. That is why you call it semi-arid zone. You can see F here, right? Where Jaffna and everything belong. Can you see? F. There's no 2 F's, okay? Only 1 F, right? That's A in the south. A. This is called the arid zone. Arid means, very rarely you get rain. You can't afford to have a tank also because it will dry. Okay. Okay, it's very, very hot. It's very, very dry. That's why we call it arid zone. Semi-arid means it's better than arid. You get a bit of rain, but mostly no. Very rare. Okay, but there are tanks in this area. Okay. Now B is what we call the dry zone and lowland dry zone. Lowland means the flatlands. Okay, no mountains, nothing. you can see that there are some stains, like, you know, these are all mountains, okay? Like the brown color stains, can you see them? Yeah. Can you see them? Like the
Yes,
brown color
sir.
stains, yeah, that's basically, you know, those are the terrain, like the mountains, okay? Right. So now you don't need to understand the borders here, okay? These are like, okay, this zone, that zone. No, what we do is we group them. It's easy, right? Once we group them. Now for the wet zone caves, we group Kitulgala Belilena, then Batanubalena and Pahiangal. Okay, Pahiangal. Now I'm going to add something to that. It's Bellanbendi Palace. Okay. Now, Kitulgala, you know how to mark these three. Anybody have any difficulty? Please tell me. Okay, if you don't know how to mark these or anything, just you can, you know, you can message me privately or you can ask in the class. I have given you everything, all the tools I have. Okay, so making use of it is on you, right? Don't tell me that like you failed in it, okay? Because I will make sure I do everything I can for you to make this understand, okay? Right? Now don't come later and tell me that I couldn't follow, I didn't understand or anything like that, because you know I am at your fingertips reach, okay? It's very easy. You can call me, you can text me, you can WhatsApp me, or you can ask me in the class, right? So I have given you all the options, okay? So make sure you follow this, and I have given you the recordings. I'm giving you recordings, you can go through, right? Okay, so I'm going to add here, once I have located Pahiangala, Kitulgala Belilena, it's easy for me to locate Batadombalena. So I go down like this, I can like the same distance from Kitulgala to Batadombalena, okay? Like the same distance towards the south at an angle, I see Bellanbani Palace. Okay, but these three are the most important places. That is why I didn't like group it together, but you can understand now that this is also important. Okay, but these three are mentioned clearly in the book. Pahayangala, Batadombalena, and Kitulgala Belilena. They are basically lowland wet zone caves. Okay, caves, caves. Kitulgala, you see Belilena. Lena means caves. Okay, Lena is a cave. Batadomba Lena. Lena is again cave. Okay, that's in the wet zone. You know Kuruvita, it's a mountainous area. You know, rains throughout there. Kitulgala is also like that. Very close to Kalani River. Yeah. And Pahiangala, there's no like Lena in that. The word Lena. But Pahiangala is a stone, Gala. There are caves in that. So Pahiangala is also a cave, okay? Which zone? Lowland, wet zone, caves, okay? Right? Got it? So this area, look at this. This is kind of, this is, I told you B is the dry zone. C also, okay, it's a dry zone, right? B is lowland dry zone. This is called lowland intermediate dry zone. That means it's somewhere between dry and wet. That is why it's called intermediate. Okay, like, you know, this is dry, the dry, I'm writing it like this. This is arid, super dry. Okay, arid. And this is semi-arid. That means it's between dry and arid. Okay, and this is wet, W, wet. And this is intermediate dry. That means between dry and wet. I mean a little dry, not wet, but okay, not dry, but not wet, intermediates in the middle. Okay, so that's C for you, right? And again, E, mountainous dry intermediate zone, E here. Okay, that's a lot of mountains, but it's also, it's not wet, but it's not dry either. Have you been to Mahiyangadi? Anybody? Rantambe, Randanigala? Anybody? In our class? Have you been to Mahiyangadi? No? Nobody have gone to Mahiyangadi? Randanigala, Rantambe? I have gone there. I was doing cadetting when I was at school. I remember we had our camps there. So that's actually, you know, this area, you know, this here, as you can see the pointer. It's a bit, you know, very dry. You feel it when you go there. Very dry, but it's in the mountains. This area. Here you see this. Here you have candy. So this area, Mahiyangani, and then you have to pass Mahiyangani and go this area. Very dry. Okay. Now I taught you how to mark Sigiriya, right? I hope all of you remember this. I taught you how to mark Sigiriya. Exactly, you see, you know, in your map, you see Kalavaeva here, you see Minneriya here, you see Polonnaru, sorry, Parakrama Samudra here, you know, whereas Polonnaru is the same area, right? Then you can mark Sigiriya, exactly, Aligala, Pidurangala, Potana, everything is in the same area, okay? So once you are located Sigiriya, it's easy, all these three. So they belong to what? The dry zone. Okay, so go to page number 14 again. Potana and Aligala, Pidurangala is not mentioned here. Potana and Aligala and Sigiriya, again they are caves, okay, right? Now there's this word Gala, like Pahian Gala. It's a rock. There are caves in it. Okay, most of the rocks they have caves, right? So again, remember that way, Aligala is a cave. Gala means it's a rock. Definitely there should be a cave there. Remember that, okay, right? So these are lowland dry zone caves. We should understand that Sigiriya is very close to Anuradhapura and Polonnaruva. Anuradhapura and Polonnaruva, you know, Sigiriya, we located Sigiriya using Parakrama Samudra. That's Polonnaruva, very close. Again, Kalavaeva is very close to Anuradhapura. So from that we can understand Sigiriya is very close to Anuradhapura and Polonnaruva. So they share, they belong to the same region, like the climate zone. That's dry zone. Okay. So again, Sigiriya is not a mountainous area. Sigiriya is a rock. It's an isolated rock. It's a freestanding rock. You can say that. Like, you know, it's a single rock. It's not in the mountains. Okay. So it's flat, basically. So that's called lowland. Okay, lowland or lowland. Highlands means the mountainous area. So Potana and Aligala and Sigiriya, I told you Aligala is again, it's a rock. There are caves. So lowland dry zone caves that belong to which era? Which era? Guys? Which era are we talking about? Prehistoric era. Yeah, okay. Very good. Okay. Now you should be able to mark this group as well. Okay. Then let me come to this group. The southern group. Okay. A. What is this? A is, which zone is that?
Arid zone.
Arid zone. Okay. semi-arid zone. But they don't mention like in the semi-arid zone, dry zone, anything like that here. Because it's in the coastal area, it's very close to the beach or close to the sea. They name it as camps in the coastal areas. Outdoor camps, not caves. Okay. Now, general knowledge, guys. Okay. The prehistoric man lived in caves during the rainy season. You can't get wet out in the rain, right? You're not like, unless you're stupid. So, Minissu means, the word Miniha means, Manussaya means, you are intelligent, like Manasing Usas. That is why we call it Minissu, Manussaya. Mana Usas, right? Manussa. Okay, that means you are intelligent, you have a brain, you can think, not like, the normal, the wild animals, you are at another level. Okay, you have the ability to think, decide, think logically, like that. So that is why, even in the prehistoric era, they didn't have places to live, like they didn't build houses. They were living a nomadic life, going from one place to another. But they know the importance of not getting wet in the rain and living outside. Instead, they found shelters in natural caves like Kitulgala, Belilena, and everything, because it's in the wet zone. Okay, we can understand that very clearly. Now, when you go to this area, the semi-arid zone, the rain is very, very limited. Okay, so we can clearly understand that they lived outdoors during the dry season. So even in the dry areas in the country, they lived mostly in outdoor camps, right? That is why these are spread in different places in the country. Okay. Okay, so that's basically general knowledge that you can think and answer. Like when you ask to mark a tank, it should be in the dry zone, something like that. Why? Because there's no point having a tank in the wet zone. Why do you build a tank in the wet zone where there's enough rain? You don't need to store water because there's enough rain throughout the year, right? So you need to build a tank to save water where there's no enough rain. That's why they build tanks in the dry zone or semi-arid zone altogether. Okay, here, this area. Even this area, there are tanks like Tissamahara, Tissavava, and Tissamahara. I mean, there are many tanks here, right? Okay. Yes, Wafa. You send me a message. You okay? The class is being recorded, okay? Don't worry.
Sir, there was a power failure in my area.
No worries, no worries, no worries. It's okay, it's okay. I understand, yeah, because many students message me telling that, heavy rain and they can't switch on the routers. Yeah, all right. I think, we are experiencing a lot of rain, especially in the wet zone these days, huh? So Candy is also in the wet zone. Candy, Gampola, Colombo, and anybody from Ratnapur area? No. Ryan, where are you from? Is it?
Colombo, sir.
Sorry?
Colombo.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you really.
Colombo.
You can drop me a chat.
Yes, sir, it's Colombo.
Colombo? Ah, okay. You said
Yeah.
Colombo. All right. Anybody from down south? Gaul, Matar? No? Okay. So, guys, instead of calling this, with another name, they have mentioned outdoor camps in the coastal areas. Okay, coastal areas. Now, can you see? These two places are very important. Okay, Miniha Galkand and Bundala. Very, very important. Okay, actually, Bundala and Pathirajavilla is the same place. They are mentioned like two places, but very okay. You can if somebody asks you to mark Bundala or Pathirajavilla, they are basically the same place. Okay, right? Then you have two other places Alugalge and Udamalala. Can you see them both? Yeah. These might not be super important because I don't see any past paper questions coming from this, but Bundala, Minihagalkanda, you must remember. Okay. Bundala and Minihagalkanda. Right. So let me teach you how to mark those now in the map. Let's go to Google Maps. When I type Bundala, it's Bundala National Park that comes. This Oya, this is Manik Ganga. Can you see? Trying to locate Kirindi Oya. Anyway, this area. Can't locate Kirindi Oya. Here. Yeah, this one. No, that's Malala. Should be somewhere here. This one. Yeah, it's not. It's not there anyway. Anyway, fine, no problem. So it's between Walave Ganga and Kirindi Oya. Okay, not Manik Ganga. Kirindi Oya, you know that Walave, between Walave Ganga and Manik Ganga, it's Kirindi Oya. So this is in between them. Okay, Bundala, but it's an outdoor camp in the coastal area. So Bundala is there, and Minihagalkand is very close to Kumukkannoy. Okay, the mouth of Kumukkannoy. If these locations are right, let me go to the map. Yeah, in the map, it's, let's stick to the map here for Minihagalkand. Yeah, it's very close to Kumukkan Oya. Okay, let me take a blank map again. Okay, so Minihagalkand is here. And Bundala is here. Okay, let me mark it. Minihagalkand and Bundala. Very, very important. Okay, there are two other places. Why are they important? Minihagalkanda and Bundala, guys. Why are they important? Yeah.
Because they are outdoor settlements.
Sorry.
Because they are outdoor settlements.
Outdoor camps in the coastal areas. Okay. Outdoor camps in the coastal areas which belong to the prehistoric era. Okay. In page number 14, there are 3 places: Minihagalkanda, Bundala, and Pathirajavela. Pathirajavela, Bundala, very close to each other. Okay, so you can remember it that way. All right. And these 3 places are mentioned. So I'm not going to mark other places because these 3 are super important. But you can remember other places like Udamalala and Alugalke, very close to Bundala. Okay, so once you have located Bundala, it's easy for you to locate the other one. Okay, got it? Yeah, those are outdoor camps in the coastal areas. Now, when somebody asks you to mark outdoor camps in the coastal areas, like you remember Bundala, Pathirajavela, and Minihagalkanda. You don't mark in the middle of the country, okay? Coastal areas. Yeah. So you have to group them and remember. I taught you how to mark Sigiriya, so Aligala and Potana is very easy. Okay. So these are some of the main places. Mathur, you already know. These are some of the main places when it comes to the prehistoric era. Okay. Right. Now, there are several places when it comes to the proto-historic era that you have to remember. Write this down if you can, okay? Write this down if you can. When I'm telling you, right? So write the clues if you want. Write the clues. Like, you know, Sigiriya is between Kalavavu and Minneriyavu. Write it. Okay. And remember, if you can't like graphically remember, write it and remember. It doesn't matter how you remember. You can use any method to remember. Right? Or you can make poems to remember these things. Right? Like what? See, if you know Sinhala, these are all Sinhala words, right? See, there's Ibbang Katuwa, Yatikal Potta, and Heveniwala here. You want to mark these 3 places, you can remember like there 3 are together. Ibba Yata Hevanai. I just made it. I just made it now. Yeah. Like that you can remember. But in the exam you will forget, I know. Yeah. But you can remember that way as well. Okay. But you know, there are many things to remember. So like, you know, it's easy to remember it this way than making poems, because you know you might have to remember like 150 poems. Okay, so if you really forget something, if you really can't remember something, make a poem for that. Okay, like I made one just now, right? Ibba Yatin Hevanai. So Ibbang Katuwa, then Yatin Yatigal Potta, very close to each other. Can see. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let me tell you the important places, guys. So Pomparipu, we spoke about it last week. Okay, Pomparipu is very close to Kalavavu. Let's stick to this. Let's stick to this map, right? It's okay. And you know, once you have located Chilav, there's Dummala Surya here. Okay. Now this is very important. This place. So once you are located Pomparipu and Dummala Surya, this is in the middle, to the right. Galsohon Kanath. Okay. Ibban Katuwa, Galsohon Kanath. These 2 are very important, and Pomparipu. Okay. All right. And then Haldumulla and Beragal. Very, very, very important. And this one, Ranchamadam. Okay, Ranchamadam. Okay. Actually, when I check the Google map, these places are a little different. But let's stick to this map because this is what the O-level paper examiners will take as reference. So wherever possible, let's stick to this. For better understanding, let's use Google Maps. And also, ease of understanding, also ease of locating places. Okay, right? So Haldumulla and Beragal, let's see. They are like, if you draw a horizontal line, they are very close. Okay, so can somebody mark Pahiyangala for me in this map? Can somebody mark Kuruvita Batadombalan? Okay, once it's okay. Yeah. So can you see the relationship between Haldumulla, Beragal and Kuruvita Batadombalan? What kind of relationship do they have? Haldumulla, Beragal and Kuruvita Batadombalan.
Then a straight line.
Yeah, they're in a straight line, right? Yes, exactly. So remember that way, group them that way, okay? But remember, Haldumulla, Beragal, they're actually the burial grounds of megalithic tradition, which belong to the proto-historic era, okay? All these places. Now, this map is different from the previous map. But, at the end of the day, everything will come together. Okay, so, but we are trying to kind of, group these places together to remember them easily, like 3 to 4 places. We are grouping them actually. So let's say you have marked Haldumulla and Beragal using Kuruvita Batadombalan as reference. To locate Kuruvita Batadombalan, you use Pahiyangala and Kitulgala Belilena. And once you have marked this straight line, right? Can you see this? Can you see a little mathematics here? What do you call this triangle?
Yeah,
Equilateral triangle, right? Yeah, like we want to mark candy. We used let's say we used a right angle triangle, right? Okay, this one, right? So this is candy. Okay, so we use that, right? So a little mathematics here, guys. It's like eating cake with polsambal. Okay, history and mathematics, totally different, right? But we can use, okay, since you are very good in mathematics, I know. Okay, see this. So once you have located let's say Pahiyangala here, and you located Kalani River, then you located Kitulgala Belilena, then you have this one, which is called Kuruvita Batadombalena, and then Haldumulla and Beragala is in the straight line. And once you are located Haldumulla and Beragala, very easy to locate Ranchamadam, a very important place. Okay, it's in the Ratnapura district. So Ranchamadam, very, very important. Okay, so those are the important places. And also these places, like once you are located Pomparipu, Chilau is here, Dumbalasuri is very close to that. So you can locate Galsohon Kanath using that. Okay, and we'll do an activity like next week if we had enough time. We'll do an activity from this next week. Okay, today also we'll do some, but I mean, if we have to take it further, let's do it next week as well. Okay, so Ibban Katu Yatikal Potta, these two very important. Okay, these two places. I haven't seen this place coming in anywhere in the exam, but again, this time it might come. So let's be ready for that as well. Okay, so this is also okay to remember. So Galsohon Kanath, Kalatuava, Dumala Surya, it's very close to Halavata. So chill out. Okay. So again, yeah, if you group them together like that, Dummala Surya is near Chilla. You remember that way. Okay, very easy, right? Okay. Any questions, guys? Take a screenshot if you like. One second, guys.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, so the places that you need to remember, just list them out. Okay, especially the important places. Especially if there's any special mention about those places in the book, highlight them and list them out. Okay, for example, when it comes to proto-historical, Ranchamadam, Haldumulla, Beragala, those names are very clearly mentioned, and further information about those excavations are given in the book. That is why they are important. Okay, and you have to remember how to mark those places. Going back to page number 14 again. Okay. You see this place, Bellanbandi Palace. Can you see Bellanbandi Palace? Yeah. So you located Batadombal, Haldumulla and Beragala like this. Am I correct? Yeah. So you located like Batadombal and Haldumulla, Beragala like that. So you come little down, you can locate Bellanbandi Palace. Very important, guys, because it's actually the outdoor camps in the lowland wet zone, right? Lowland wet zone outdoor camps. Okay, number 4 in your page number 14, Bellanbandi Palace. This is also important. And you have then you have Bandaravela and Horton Plains. Okay. They are basically outdoor hunting places in hillside areas. Okay, Bandaravela and Horton Plains. Ravana, it's very close to Bandaravela. Okay, so we can use Ravana as a clue to mark Bandaravela. Horton Plains is exactly in the middle of the country here, but yeah, we're gonna have another session. I mean, I don't want to overload you telling everything today. So like I think what we have learned a lot of places today, like groups. I think that's important and that's enough. Let's keep that for another day, okay? Or you can, like, let's say you can go to Google Maps and mark these leisurely, okay? There should be something for you as well, no? Can you see Bandaravilla here? Give me a second, let me share the screen. You can see Bandaravilla is very close to L basically is Ravana L, okay? Very close. So can you see Ravana L? This is the same area basically. Can you see Bandaraville? It's very close. Can you see it? Yeah. So basically Ravana is, can you all see it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Google
Yes,
Maps,
sir.
yeah. Can you see Ravana Falls, see Ravana L? That's basically very close to Bandaraville. Can you see Horton Plains here? This is actually the national park. So they are outdoor hunting areas, okay, like hillside areas. So Horton Plains is, if you see this way, it's here. So exactly kind of in the middle of the country. Okay, Ravana L or Bandaravilla is very close to that. Okay, like this. Okay. So you can take Ratnapura as a reference. If you mark Ratnapura, if you mark Kuruvita Batadombalena, very close to Ratnapura. Can you see Kuruvita? It's very close to Ratnapura, right? If you take Ratnapura or Kuruvita as a reference and draw a straight line like this. Horton Plains and Bandaraville is slightly above that line. Okay. Mostly, they won't give you places that clash with each other. Okay. So because of that, like there's nothing much to worry. See Haldumulla, I taught you Haldumulla, when you draw a straight line, you can locate Haldumulla and Beragal. Locate, from Kuruvita, for example, Kuruvita Batadomalan. Yeah. So can you see Beragal here? Beragal. Haldumulla is very close to that. But in the map, it mentions somewhere here. Well, let's stick with that. Okay, it's okay. But Haldumulla is here. Haldumulla is actually very close to Beragal, yeah. But in the map, see, there's a big difference. I want you guys to stick to the map anyway. Yeah. Can you see there's a big difference between what they have mentioned here and the map? But let's stick to the map. Okay, that's why I took the map. Okay. Anyway, don't get confused. Okay, I don't want to overload you guys, so don't worry too much about it. But remember the equilateral triangle. Okay. Yeah. Easy. Right. Let's go to the next one. This you know already. Give me a second. I will. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen, right? Okay. Anybody had a question? Somebody?
Sir, if you draw straight line through Kuruvita, what is the next place?
Second.
So what is if you draw a straight line from the Kuruvita, what is the next place that you will get?
It's Haldumulla. And then Beragal. You want to see it again? Here, this one. So Kuruvita Batadombalena is here. Okay. So if you draw a straight line, like slightly make it towards the south. Okay, it's okay. So Kuruita Batatumbalana is here. Let's say Bahiangal, this is the place. Very close. Ratnapura is very close to that. Okay, somewhere here, let's say. So you draw a line like this. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Remember the triangle, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, that's Ranchamadam. Okay, towards the south. Very important. Ranchamadam is very, very important. Okay. Especially when it comes to the burial grounds and everything. And also the house related to the proto-historic era. We'll be discussing that in our revision class. Okay. The only evidence actually found for the dwellings of proto-historic era is from Ranchamadam. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Go ahead.
Sir, in the equatorial triangle, are there the angles like 60-degree, like in every angle?
Yeah, Bhuta. Yeah, you know that in a triangle, the sum of all the internal angles are 180 degrees, right? So it has to be 60. Yeah. Don't use the compass. Okay. Anyway. Yeah.
Yes, I know that. I'm asking in the map.
In the map. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't use a compass to draw this, stuff. Okay. All right. I'm just telling you for reference. You can remember that. You don't use any rulers or anything, like just, it's like a guess here. I mean, if you really don't know how to find Kandy using Mahavali Ganga, you can use this way. Okay, the right angle triangle where the two lines intersect. Yeah, that's basically Kandy. Okay, there might be a slight difference, but it doesn't matter. Okay, because we are not, like, the examiner is not expecting us to mark as in Google Maps. Okay, like ordering through Uber. You just point the location wrong and the order might go somewhere else. It's not like that. It's these are only like clues for you to remember. Okay, don't bring geometry. It's like cake and pole sambal. Right? Okay. Yeah, it's what I'm trying to say is, I'm giving you a clue. I'm giving you something. Maybe you are interested in maths, so you can use that knowledge here. I mean, to make this a little entertaining, right? You remember that way. If you are interested in maths, you connect maths here and then have some fun and then remember some places, right? That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, got it? Any other questions? So this map actually, it says Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, and basically Magama. Okay, they are basically commercial hubs in the ancient Sri Lanka. Okay, they are puras basically. Magam Pura, it's called those days. Polonnaruwa was called which Pura? Do you know that name?
Nurupura. Nurupura.
Nurupura. There's another beautiful name for Polonnaruwa.
Anuradhapura is Nurupura, right?
Anuradhapura, yes. No, Anuradhapura, you call it Anuradhapura, okay? Because it was Anuradha Gama those days. And King Pandukabe is the one who made it a Pura. Okay? Polonnaruwa, you call it Pulatisipura, if I remember. Yeah. Pulatisipura. For Polonnaruwa. So it's actually a Pura. Pura means big city, okay? In the ancient times. Pura is normally used to call the big city. Nagara is used to call somewhere between some city between a village and a city, like intermediate cities, like that. Okay. Let's go to the next one, guys. This one. I found Uratota actually. I actually, forgot to relate this one to Uratota, but this is not mentioned. Now, Sukara means pig in Sinhala. Titta is, that it's Tota, it's the port. Okay. So, Sukara Titta is Uratota, right? Ura means pig, Sukara means pig. Okay. All right. So, this is Uratota. In the past papers, you might see Uratota, but you might not see it in your maps, anywhere in the maps. Okay. Uratota. Sukara means the pig, okay, in Sinhala. Sukara, actually, I think it's Sanskrit language. Sukara. The word is coming from that language. So this is Uratota, okay. You might wonder how to find Uratota in the map because there's no mention about. No, very difficult. Again, there are mentions here. I don't know, Buddha, that's seriously. Uratota. Maybe there were a lot of pigs going and coming from there. Maybe, maybe there were a lot of, I think, around the port, there are a lot of pig farms. So maybe that's the place where pigs were exported and imported to India, maybe. Should be a connection with the pigs, right? Otherwise they won't name it that way, yeah. It's not like that. I mean, that's how these names are, like coming into picture. Okay. This is a little, guys, can you see this? This map is a little complicated, okay? Now this says commercial cities. Actually, the old names are used here, like Nakanagar, Kasabanagar. These are commercial cities, right? These are not like, the main cities, basically. Main cities were Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, and Magam. Okay, Magam is mentioned here as well. But all these are like kind of intermediate cities, like where trade exchanges took place. Let's say now the villagers cannot go to Anuradhapura. All of the villagers can't go to Anuradhapura to sell their produce, right? So they have to find an intermediate exchange. Like today we call it Arthika Madhyasthana. You have a Madhyasthana in, if you are living near Homagama, there's one in Meegoda Arthika Madhyasthana. There's one in Colombo, the Manning Market. Okay. And Colombo now is in Paliagoda. There's one in Dambulla Arthika Madhyasthana. Like that, there are like Arthika Madhyasthana. What the farmers do is they send their producers to those like centers. Okay. So where, in those centers, the vendors go and buy from those centers and take it to their areas and sell. Let's say, for example, if you are selling vegetables in a truck, in a demo batta, for example, right? The mobile vegetable sellers, right? So you go to Dambulla, you purchase something, then you go to your area. Maybe it can be somewhere, far away from Dambulla. So you can go and sell them, right? So these cities are like that. Okay, like where trade exchanges and everything took place, because all the people from everywhere in the country can't go to Anuradhapura and sell their produce, Polonnaruwa and sell their produce, right? So that is why these cities are spread, the commercial cities, basically where business took place. Okay. We are talking about Dubai and Singapore a lot these days, right? Even in our classes, we used to talk they used to be like us, but they are so developed now because they became commercial hubs. Like, this, what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm comparing this, right, with them, where trade exchange take place. Okay. Let's say, for example, to Singapore, there's a ship coming to Singapore. In Singapore, there's a factory, so they packet the items and they sell to other countries. Something like that, something related to trade is happening in those countries a lot. In Sri Lanka, very, very limited. when it comes to the world stage. Yeah, very, very limited. That is why, we didn't become a hub like Singapore and Dubai, even though we were at the same level 50 years ago. So these cities might have played the same role those days when it comes to dealing with the big city and the small villages. Okay, so that is why they are called Nagara. Big city is Pura. Nagara means a small city or the intermediate city, the ones where a lot of trade exchange take place. And Gama means the villages. Okay. And here you have all the ports as well. Okay, so Sukaratitta, Jampakola Pattana, Dampakola Pattana is a port. Sukaratitta, Mahatitta. This is called Pallava Vanka. This is very close to Mullatiu. There was a port here. Kokandatitta you already know. Okay. Here this is Puttalam, Uruvela. Okay, Uruvela. Again, maybe a connection with the pigs, I guess. Yeah. Can you see Salvatota? Where is that called today? Can you guess and tell me?
Chilla.
Exactly, Halavata. Salvatota has become Halavata today. Okay. Salvatota. Chilla. Kalatitta. Kalutara. So Colombo is not mentioned here, right? Colombo became a commercial port very recently. Okay. Like, see, these are old ports, right? So Colombo was not a port until I think like 300, 400 years ago, like when the Dutch came. The Portuguese, yeah, these are older than that. Okay, the Portuguese, yeah, Portuguese, I think, yeah, they went Colombo harbor. Mainly, yeah, they landed in Colombo. It was okay, but, I mean, these are like 1,000 years old, more than that probably. Bhima, yeah.
So that Nagara and Kasaba Nagara, both of them are Anuradhapura and Puranagara.
Nakanagara is not Anuradhapura actually. It's not near Anuradhapura, right? Even Kasabanagara is not near Polonnaru. Polonnaru is here, no? Here. So these are kind of, intermediate cities.
So then Magama was
Magama was a commercial hub. Yeah, Magama was a commercial city. Yeah.
but it's mentioned here, right?
Sorry?
In this map, it's mentioned, right?
Magama is mentioned. Here, can you see? Here.
Yeah.
Is there. The black color dot, okay?
Yes. That
You know,
means
once you have found Kirindioye, it's very close to Kirindioye. Okay, Magama.
Magama is an intermediate city.
Sorry? Say again?
Then Magama is an intermediate city.
No. Magama was actually a commercial hub, but it might have been used as an intermediate city as well. Normally, okay, let's take it this way, okay? Anuradhapura was a capital. Polonnaru was a capital. They were kingdom. They were called kingdoms as well. Anuradhapura kingdom, Polonnaru, because they were capital. Magama, there was no kingdom in Magama. Okay, right? But like, let's say Anuradhapura is very far away from this area, right? From the south. So you need some kind of a commercial hub to operate in this area. So that is why they have Magama placed here strategically. Because, farmers over here or the business people over here, you can't go to Anuradhapura or Polonnaru and say, because it's too far, right? So that is why it's very evident that the kings placed another trade hub in the south. Okay. And can you see Devanagara? Like I mentioned, Devanuvara. So Nagara became Nuvara now. Okay. Devanagara. Gimhatitta, Gimhatitta. Yeah, both are correct. Ginganga. near Ginganga, Gintota. Today Gintota. Or Gaul. Both are very close, right? So it's same area actually. Same city limits. Okay. Bhimatitta is Bentota. That also has a very long history. Okay. Bentota. Okay, guys. So try to remember a few of them. I don't see a lot of Nagaras that you need to remember here. But Nakanagara, yeah. Kasaba Nagar, I don't mind remembering. And also Magam. Okay. But these ports are important, guys. Ports are marked in red for a reason because they are very important. Okay. You have to remember them. Okay. Any questions before we move on to the next part?
Sir, is it important to remember Uratata?
Uratota.
Yeah.
Better know, easy, no? Uratota, now you know, right? Because I see, Uratota has come twice in the past papers. Twice, huh? Big chance that it might come again. Okay.
Sir, can you show me where it is again?
Sorry?
Can you show me where it is again, sir?
It's here. Sukara Titta. Sukara means Ura. Titta is Tota, the port. Okay. Here. Can you see?
Okay, sir, thank you.
All right. You know this island in Jaffna. Let me show you that island. It's a big island. Okay. Here, this island. Kites, Dupata. Kites Island. Okay. Very important island. Sometimes they might ask you to mark this as well. Kites. Kites is a big island in Jaffna. Okay. Jaffna Peninsula. Can you see the biggest island? Most probably. Yeah. It's the biggest island actually. Can you see that? Kites?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Only second to, I think, Manna Island. Manna Island is big. Kite is only second to that, I guess. But when you consider Jaffna Peninsula, this is the biggest island that belongs to Jaffna Peninsula. Okay. Kites. So let me go to the map again. So this is basically kites. This island. Can you see? So it's in kites actually. Uratota. Oh, Sukaratitta. Okay. Jambakolapattan is in Jaffna itself. Kadurugota, this is actually Jaffna today. Okay, let me go to the map again, Google map again, and show you exactly. Jaffna is, yeah, Jaffna is here in little towards the south. Yeah. This is the single word is Kadurugode. This says Kandarode in Tamil. You know, many places like in Jaffna also has singular names, both Tamil and singular names. Okay, some places, right? So no need to remember those. I'm just telling you for your extra knowledge. Okay. Can you see Dambakolapatana temple? That is Jambakolapatana basically. Okay. Can you see this one?
Yes, sir.
Why do you call it Sangamitta temple? What do you think?
Nallur.
Because
Nallur.
Sorry? Who's Sangamitta Teri? Tero means the
Bhikkhuni.
like the male version, male monk. Teri means the female monk. Okay, female word for the monk. Okay, yeah, feminine.
The daughter of,
Sangamita Deri.
daughter of Emperor Ashoka who came to Sri Lanka during the boat trip.
Who, yes, exactly. Who basically brought Jayashree Mahabodhi to Sri Lanka, right? Daughter of King Ashoka, yes. Sister of Mihindu Tero. Yeah. Okay, right. Sorry. 1 second. Shall we mark a few places now? Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah. Let's see next week. If we have more time, we'll continue from here. Okay, a little bit. Let's take like a half an hour, and I will teach you all this. I don't want to overload you because I think we learned a lot of places today, so I don't want to overload. Only these two are remaining. So most of the important places we already discussed, and also you have a big job to do, guys. Right? So don't give up on this. Okay, just because we discussed this unit, just don't give up on this. Right? There might be a lot of places still very important. Okay. So you know that with the limited time, we can't discuss each and every place. Like, in page number 13, there are, I think page number, there are like 152 places. There's no way we are going to discuss, or you're going to remember all of them. So all the important places I have discussed. Okay. And also from time to time, we'll be revising those. And it's very important that you keep in touch, or you be in touch, especially with the past papers. You know what to expect. And also especially with the main places that we just discussed. Okay, like the rivers, the tanks, the main cities, the old ports, all right, and the kingdoms and everything, the main cities, and places of importance when it comes to proto-historic era and prehistoric era. Okay, right? So those are the main things that you need to remember when it comes to map marking. It's not rocket science. It's not like sending a rocket to the moon or Mars. Okay, everybody can do this. Okay, any other questions? It's okay. Yeah, today's session is being recorded, so don't worry. Right, I'll upload that. Okay. You want to see kites? Kites is this big island. Okay, you see Jaffna, right? So when you zoom in Jaffna, can you see the screen? Yeah, kites. Can you see this big island? Kites.
so there are two parts. Kites.
This is Karainagar. This one. No, over here in once you are located, Kites is a big one. Okay, Kites is a big island, and this area is called Uratota or Sukaratitta. Okay, this one. Got it?
Yes.
This one. Okay. In Tamil, you know that Tiu means it's the island. Okay, Tiu. See, Mandatiu. Mandatiu is also an island. Okay. Punkudu, Nainatiu. This all these are called island. Tiu means island in Tamil. Okay.
So then Mullativ?
Mullativ. It's not an island, but it's like an island. That is why I think they have named Mullativ. Like can you see this lagoon here? Nandikadal Lagoon, where Prabhakaran died in 2009. This is where Vellamulli. This is the place where facing Nandikadal Lagoon. This is where he died, where he was killed. Okay, Vellamulli Vaikkal. Okay, yeah, this is where the army surrounded him and we were able to kill him. It's very close to Mullativ. I think it's that they have given this name because it's like an island, right? I mean, it's like almost surrounded by sea. That's why they have given that name. But it's not an island exactly. Can you see it's connected to the mainland? But Thivu is normally it's a Tamil word used to call an island. It's evident from these words, Mandathivu, Nainathivu. Okay, so once you have located kites, it's easy for you to locate Ura Tota O Sukaratitta. Okay. Tarini, are you there? Okay. Maybe they had to go for school sessions. Okay. All right. So it's not over. I mean, map marking will never be over. You will be working with the map throughout your life, like I am doing now. Whenever I want to find a place, I use the map. That's how it works. It's a life skill to have, like I told you before, but I cannot teach you everything, like I said, but I can guide you. I can lay the foundation. So you have to take it into your head. You have to take it into your mind and build upon the foundation I just made. Okay. So we have a few more places to discuss. Maybe in the coming weeks, we'll be taking a little time to discuss those. All right. Maybe I will invite grade 10 guys to a grade 11 class maybe and discuss the remaining places. It's totally okay. Or we can have an extra session. Okay. All right. Any questions? You can message me. I'll say bye for now. I will see you guys on Sunday, early in the morning, 5:30. Okay. Take care, guys. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
See you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Thank you.